Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We had a wee bit of change of schedule today. We had a special thing lined up today that sadly couldn't happen. I'll tell you what that was at the end of the stream. It won't be happening today anyway. But I forgot. I thought I've got more time today. We can record more Road to Glory. We could do some other bits. And it wasn't until literally a minute ago. It's like, oh, jeepers. I actually scheduled this for 4 o'clock already. So I wasn't going to go live today, but I thought I cannot leave you guys hanging. Fist bump to you all. Thanks to everyone that's joining us live. Don't forget to hit the like button on arrival. If you're coming here for the live stream, you know the script. You know you're going to have a good time. Get comfy. Put your feet up. Hit the like button. Get in the live chat. And we've got some teams to build. We've got some lineup builder action to get through. Now, the stream today, guys, we're probably only going to be on for about half an hour, maybe about 40 minutes or so. We've also got the Celtics Are Here podcast, the flagship podcast, to record for that channel when we're finished out over here. And we've got a very special guest coming on that. So if you're a Celtic fan, some great content coming out. I'm sure it will be when we make it tomorrow, which will be good crack. So we've got a lot to get through. I'm also going to be AFK tomorrow, guys. The deadline stream is going to be over with Harry Trades at Harry Trades YT, at Harry Trades on YouTube. You can find them easy peasy. But I've had to record, get things set up and going. It's me and Mrs. Quinn. It's our 2-year wedding anniversary. So we're away Friday and Saturday to have a good time. And it's going to be all about that end product this weekend on the leaderboards. On the leaderboards. Rasko Misaki and a few others have said it in the live chat. And again, if I could give you a virtual hug, I would. The real ones waited. Thank you very much. We did schedule it for 4 o'clock and we're here basically an hour late. But fist bump to you all, and thanks very much to everyone that has made it. For the heroes, I'll go all the way back to the beginning. There was guys here an hour ago. Sam D's gifted out a membership. You're an absolute hero. You're a star. Thanks very much for all the support on the channel. It means the world. Guys, we've been doing so great on the channel in terms of growth with a lot of the football content we've been doing, as well as all the Sorare stuff, of course, all the good fun stuff. But honestly, it's fantastic to see the support, the fist bumps raining in, and all the new viewers, all the new people that come to the channel as well. Great to see you guys, as well as the OGs, the vets, the veterans of the club that are here, building lineups and getting stuck in every week. Absolute heroes and legends. But yeah, I'm just trying to catch up. So is Quinny set the wrong time? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I've already explained. But yeah, that's me just catching up. And pardon me, Barros has upgraded his membership to become a foundation member at FC Barcelona and Sorare Club. Thank you very much, Barros. And we've definitely got a bunch of member stuff to catch up next week. And I think I'm in a wee bit glad we've got a lot more member stuff that we can cram in over the next coming week to 10 days, because it's the end of the transfer window, and that's when a lot of stuff will be decided. Who does have blue X, who didn't get the red X, who is still a good guy. But yeah, Road to Glory is a good one as well. I don't know when it'll be out, but it'll be out in a couple of days, and I hope you have a good one. Rampant Stunner, good to see you, my man. And yeah, good to see you all here. Thanks very much to everyone that made it. Now, guys, this is a huge game week for me. Oh, sorry, we're not getting all the comments actually on screen. I click through them that quick. Evening, fellas. Evan, is it evening where you are, my man? I thought you were in the UK. Maybe this is evening to you. Fair enough. But yeah, we've got a lot of teams to build. It's all action go. Celtic are at home in a big game. All the European cards are playing, and I've got my MLS cards playing, whatever they're worth at the moment. So tons of stuff to get through. I hope we have a good time with it tonight. We'll be doing lineup builder on Sorare data for the duration of this video. I've already done my kind of prelim Sorare drafts 1,000 times. I've done data drafts 1,000 times or whatever, but this is the final hour. We're going to check some lineups. We're just going to check over some prize pools and some of that stuff as well. Rico Man got his first rare reward in the last game week. First bump to you, mate. Well done. Great to see. And we've had a lot of success from the community over the last couple of weeks. So it's been great to see, mate. And that's a great one. Rico Man, obviously, at the Sorare Sevens as well. Got to meet you IRL, which was great. I love meeting Sorare managers IRL. In real life. Fist bump, Ian. Good to see you, mate. What do we think about the Celtic defender issues? I think it's scale season. I listened to Brendan Rodgers' press conference today, and he says the words Liam Scales will play a part, but when he says the words apart, he tries to stop himself from saying he's going to play, and then he lowers his volume a little bit. So that makes me think he's going to play, but it makes me think he doesn't want to promise people he's going to start for some reason. So I think it's going to be scale season, and otherwise it'll probably be avaialble in the middle. And Gabri Vega honestly broke my heart this morning when I seen that. I just couldn't believe he got a here we go from Fab Rom to Napoli, picture and everything in the kit. Also, it's Photoshop, but still, here we go from Fab Rom. I think he's on. I seen a great tweet. I think he's had 4 to 7. Here we go fails, and I don't know how many of them have been Saudi related, but Gabriel Vega is definitely the most notable of them all. And for me personally, I said I've got a wee press conference video coming out tomorrow, but Gabriel Vega, for me, if they score Saudi, he's probably one of the most Oscar-capable cards that there is, you know, so I'm probably just going to keep it. Yeah, it does feel great, doesn't it? It does feel great. So to join in as a member on YouTube, there's a link in the description of most, if not all, the videos. But if you go into the YouTube channel homepage, there's a members tab, and when you go there, YouTube will walk you through all that bits and all that good stuff. Ward Marniff, a new face, good to see you, mate. Fist bump, thanks for joining us. Torador, all new, good luck, and all in the new game week. Good to see you all. Yeah, Torador, my man, good to see you. Can't wait till this game week is over. Ian is a St. Johnson fan. Oh, brilliant. What, you tried to message? Did you, was that unreachable? I see this. See, since Twitter Blue came out, the settings have changed, so it's like verify people or something, and like the only way to change it is to like everyone DM you, and like, not try to sound like a dickhead, but like so many people try and message me, and a lot of it is spam, that I really need that thing to like filter against that. So I will investigate that, Rico man, and reach out to you, mate. Debating playing Griezmann this week. Now, I think this is a great fixture for Atleti. They're playing again on a Monday night. That's 3 Mondays in a row, isn't it? It feels kind of weird. But away to Vallecano. Vallecano are actually in Madrid. Not really much of an away game. And under the last manager, Iraola, who's now at Bournemouth, they were really good. I've not seen them this year. I don't even know who their new manager is. I'm not sure he's Iraola caliber. So I think it's a good game for Atleti. My problem is Llorente might not play, maybe Lamar. There's a few question marks over him. But Griezmann is, if you've got him, yeah, fair enough. If you get someone who feels a bit better, then feel free to go for it. But I wouldn't let the games... Atleti's first 2 games have been hard, man, haven't they? They've had Betis, and maybe the first game was a bit easier. I can't remember who it was now. I know it was a team that I've got cards in. I know I had people playing against each other than Betis. But yeah, no, I think that's a good game for Griezmann overall. Dimitrievski has been on... Yeah, he's a busy goalkeeper. There's no 2 ways about that. J. Vic and STB, fist bumps. Good to see you both. Fabrizio's had a shocker this window. You can say that again. Right, without any further ado, guys, let's get on to it. So when we go into the upcoming game week, let's get the share screen on the go. I understand. Right, okay, first thing we want to look at is the prize pools. Okay, now I've already set the drafts and stuff like that. So I already kind of know where I'm playing, how many goalkeepers I've got, that kind of stuff, right? But what I've not really looked at head count and all the usual stuff. I'll wait for Harry or whatever happens with the deadline stream to do the last minute bits, of course. But at this time, I'll do the prelim stuff that I would normally do at this kind of time, or we would do before we had the deadline show, and have a look, kind of guesstimate on the numbers and kind of the prize pools and, strength required to get in amongst it. So I think for All-Star Rare, 600 rewards to under 4,000 entrants, that feels really low for All-Star Rare for how big this game week is in particular. And that rather excites me. It feels like so many more card options are getting taken up, or many more team options are getting taken up elsewhere. I wonder what Challenger is looking like. That's Pro. Just Rare, 800. Yeah. Asia, 550. Champ Euro Rare, 1100. Wow. Yeah. So All-Star Rare is 3,000. I think that's like ratio-wise. I don't think that's as wild as it's been in the past. 1,000 in Rare. Yeah. So I'm actually moderately excited about that kind of ratio for that division, with like potentially a full Celtic team or something like that. Something with XP, captain choices. It's global, so we can mix and match and do whatever. So yeah, and some money for the top 80, which is cool. So yeah, that looks decent enough. 270 is probably the juicy one, because this is where the good cards go. So like, again, just a placeholder team, ignore that now. But a tier 3 super up at the tippy top, some star rares at the very tippy top. So the good prizes start from 6. Now, the problem with this division is you really need one smash, don't you? You need one guy that's OP, and you need a few cheat codes around him. So I've maybe kept some of my... I've not really got many OP L15 guys, so that's maybe something to think about as well. And Champ EU 210, that's a decent ratio, especially for the strength I would hope to have in my teams here. And money gets paid out for top 30. That's nice. Quite like that. And then, yeah, I'd like to think I've got a team that's top 150 capable, for the strength and quality we've now got in the gallery. So yeah, I'm actually quite buoyed at the rare head count, it's maybe feel quite good. So we're at 57 cards, and let's just call it 190 entrants. And there's probably a bit of strength there of like 2/3. With the rare one, well, a lot of these divisions, I think the strength of entries is closer to like 20% or something like that. So when I say 3,800 here, I'm really thinking about 600 competitive entries probably. So I think most of the competitive entries will probably get in amongst it with the cards, if you get me. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. Maybe, let's say if there's a card, maybe there's like 800 competitive. But maybe normally with the higher count, when it's like 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 we've seen in this division before, that's kind of the way it would go, and it would be, more people than cards. But I think actually competitive lineups will probably card in here if they go for it. Whereas with Challenger, I think the competition in that, like 810, I think that's probably about half. That's probably about 50-50. People that are giving it a go with a full team, and guys that are, I've got a 4-man, or I've got 3-man, I'll just go for some coins. So that's maybe just close to 50%. Same with the other regions as well. U23, I think it's probably closer to like 3/4. I don't think that's a division people mess about in generally, So interesting numbers, good to see. And then in the super rares, I think it's probably closer to like 60% or so, because again, high quality, high value items, you don't really get many people just like flirting and messing about with them. So to see 176 entrants in now, we're maybe thinking about 100, 120. So you kind of need to be in the top half of competitive entrants. I think Celtic have a good enough game where All-Star could work out for me. And I do think about the card count for 240, because, they're good cards to be winning, blues and blacks. But 800 entrants, I think everyone goes into this trying to yield 240. But I do think out of the 800 that are here, how many of them will be 4-man, 3-man entries? I'm going to guess maybe about a third or so again. So if we imagine there's maybe like 600 or so here, it's got to be like a top 5% shot or something like that. So really hard. And these divisions have got some mad scores in them before XP, and that even comes into it. So and with Champ EU, because I've got Edward, Unique, and goalkeepers that will cover me for that region, as well as some squad players. You're looking at a third on head count, right? But I think, again, you're looking at about 50% competitive strength here. So you may be talking about 36 teams against 22 cards. Yeah, it feels a bit right. So, I think that's kind of okay. And again, tier 1 super at the top. That's okay. It's not going to... This division probably won't attract the whale cards or the whale teams, which is fine by me. I don't mind trying to be a bit different, and it's not my biggest team that's going in here anyway. So, modest-ish prize reward that's still good for somebody like me. It's a kind of division I like putting some strength in. So that's good to see the head count as well. Makes me feel a wee bit more confident about putting perhaps a little bit more strength there. Background seems to be all black. Yeah, I kind of put the... So I didn't want to put the deadline. There we go. There it's there. I didn't want to put the deadline one on, because I just thought we'll leave that for when it's the deadline show, But I thought I'd put this one on, and it just didn't seem to click. So good catch, Charlie boy, my man. Be careful with Messi. Lots of talk of rotation, even from the manager. Yeah, well, he's played every minute since he showed up. They've just won the Messi Cup. He might get... it's Messi. He's on whatever terms he wants to be on. So he's probably going to take the week off. 19 lineups for Jonathan. You think you'll get a lot? Yeah, but I think maybe the head count that goes up in this final period, of course, there will be competitive entries, but it's more fodder, I think, than anything that comes in the last 40. So let's say the head counts all go up from the numbers they're at now to completion, just an abstract number, right? Let's say they go up by 30% from now to deadline. I would maybe say, again, maybe half of them are actually competitive, and the other half are like training teams and things like that. But yeah, great point, Rascal. For sure. So let's look at lineup builder and what it wants to tell us. So the priority division is All-Star Super Rare with the Celtic cards, particularly right now. I would expect us to put together a full Celtic stack with probably David Sorare and goals. And let's fix the magnification of the screen so it's good for the software we're on. So it's nice and big. We can see all the icons. Yeah, that's probably where I want it. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. Sorare data, All-Star Super Rare for my gallery goes almost all Celtic, but it puts in Super John McGinn kind of over the McGregor, and then takes the McGregor over the McGinn. So what I want to do is put the McGregor in and then do complete lineup and see if it still gives us McGinn. It does. Interesting. I wonder why. And now Burnley, I'm not as quick to write them off as maybe this matchup predictor thing is. Aston Villa just played midweek. I know they had 5 subs and they made lots of rotations, but it was 5-0. I doubt they broke much of a sweat, but it's a factor. That's a factor. So I find that interesting, especially with Dyson on to score, pretty decently at this level. So yeah, I find that interesting, and I'm going to override that again because I do want Dyson in this team. No two ways about it. And yeah, that is the team that I would pick also. Now, Scales does come into this because maybe I could play Scales over Taylor, but like I said, just Brendan did just have a wee reservation about saying it. And it might just be keep his cards close to his chest ahead of the weekend, of course, but it might just be that he's coming off the bench or something. So we'll guard against that. So let's see what it does for cap 240 super. Now, after this, I'm actually going to build D3 after this because I'll prioritize the super rares into D3 rather than the final super rare team because I know the quality of my goalkeepers is very poor. We've got a great game with Sorare, who we've already put in a team. Skorupski has got Juventus away, which is the same as AC Milan last week. We're expecting to pick up 40 to 50, hopefully. And Damen is away to Bayern Munich. So the joke's on me this week. Last week, we were talking, somebody was submitting their team into the deadline stream, and they had Pavlenka, Werder Bremen against. I was like, mate, you just started your game week with 3 goals conceded. And that's what Finn Damen will be doing as well. So I'll be deprioritizing the next level of super rares after this division against a super rare entry in favour of a D3 entry, which we didn't do last weekend. So yeah, just thought I'd say that. So let's see what it says. Now, interesting. Now, it picks very close to the same team that I picked. I think McGinn's a really good shout in this one. AA rated on his 50-point value. That feels odd to me. I guess it's a super rare thing. And I do find it very odd it's put Illich in. Now, Illich does get set pieces and stuff. And against AC Milan away, you would think you'd be forced into more defensive actions. You maybe have some interceptions and some tackles. Maybe it'll be good for his AA. And Torino are definitely not a bad team. I don't think AC Milan roll them over. So I get it. It gives me a lot of food for thought. And I'm just going to lock that in and save it and see what it gives me elsewhere. Because you know what? If this team got the job done, I would be happy enough with that, to be quite honest with you. If we then go to All-Star Rare Pro, actually, I'm going to build All-Star Rare first, right? Because I want to see what it... Again, I would put full Celtic in here. Let's see what it does. Almost. Now, again, I rate Amundsen and Gold very well this week, but... Interesting. Good evening, JC, my man. Good to see you. Interesting. It's funny just flying through that. Okay. So let's put O'Reilly back into midfield here. And I'm putting Dyson up front again. I'm forcing that to happen. I think he's AA. That's good to see, but I'm gonna overrule this again and go full Celtic and All-Star. I like the differences it made, but I'm going to stack in this division. That's the attack. That's the plan of attack. All AA rated still. I don't know why my A does a B. I don't get that. Maybe the right forward, left forward thing is getting played into the scoring, the pick score thing. But yeah, so let's save that, lock it in, and then let's look at 240. Okay, so no, not 240. I beg your pardon. Pro. Okay, cool. So let's see. What super rares? What rares did we get chucked in here? Let's have a peek. Wow, 5 rares it would play. I don't know how I feel about that. What it makes me want to do is build my champion rare next, because again, I would prioritize some of those guys playing in champion now that I've seen the head counts that we've went through over playing in All-Star, and I've just remembered that. So I want All Black to be in goals here. I don't want him picked for All-Star Rare Pro. Let's see. And it gives me, wow, quite a different team to what I picked, in fact. I think Frimpong's a wee bit touch and go for this weekend because he came off with like a shoulder, kind of neck injury thing. I think he probably will be fine. He's probably in the predicted team. But I'm going to want to investigate that myself. 70%, yeah. I want to investigate that myself a bit further. Let's do it now. No time like the present. And let's put Frimpong. Let's see what it's giving it. Infinite. Okay, let's go to Leverkusen and we'll check them out quickly. I'm really surprised it dropped his Pablo Mari there as well, because I didn't pick him in any team this game week. Palacios. Quite good for pictures normally. Maybe we want to check their Instagram. There's Wirtz. There we go, training day. Do we see Frimmers involved? There he is! Wee Frimmers! Oh, mint. Right, okay, I've not got Frimmers in any team. Now, Maeda could be cheat coding 240, but I think he's scoring. Maeda's got the AA. Yeah, I mean, if he's double decisive in this game, he's pushing 80, 90. You know what I mean? And for the XP and the stacking part of all this stuff. But look at wee Frimmers. He is up for it, man. Right up for it. So, okay. I would play Frimmers in defense. I'm not going to stick with Mari. Fair enough, right? But Frimmers has got peaks. So if Frimmers is going to play... Who did I have? Oh, I had Guardiola. I picked Guardiola over Frimmers. Why is he double A? Projected lineup, form, the odds and such. Okay, fair enough, but it can't be that much better than Man City playing Chef U away. You know, Gladbach, he's probably not going to keep a clean sheet, Frimmers. Again, I think I'm probably going to overrule that with Guardiola here. And then complete team. Mari. Again, who would be second? Frimmers. Savage. Robbo. It's loving picking defenders. Kamada. Interesting before we get to Goretzka, who's Bayern at home to Augsburg, which is who I picked. So let's see what it picks again. Pablo Mari, wow, that is food for thought, by the way. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm on the wrong tab. So yeah, it's weird why, I don't know if you've seen the Guardiola thing, but yeah, Frimmers, double A, Guardiola A. I'm going to go with Guardiola. I just think you can keep a clean sheet and get 30 points in AA on top of that. Maybe get a decisive or something. He could bash 100 against them, is the way I kind of calculate his performance potential. And the final spot, like Mari, could boss like a big AA score or something. Kamada's going to get decisive, maybe about 10 points of AA. So he could get like a 68 or so, and he's got a wee bit of bonus. It's not much. So that's fine. But big LG last week fucking ran the show and could do so again. He's in the predicted team. Maybe a bit sketchy. Maybe he doesn't start. Bernardo Silva is on play sharper to start. It didn't come up on this, is expected to start, which is interesting. There's Limer expected to be on the bench. So yeah, I really feel Goretzka, Bayern at home to Augsburg. Really, maybe Lazio at home to Genoa is close to that. It's definitely better than Frimmers away on paper, I think, isn't it? But it's good. It's good they picked Wirtz, Rodrigo, and Oblak, because I quite agree with all them. So that's quite good. Okay, cool. So we've got the priority divisions isolated before we go into the pro division. So I've picked the two rare divisions that I need to isolate cards for because of eligibility or stacking dynamics. And now, and the super rares obviously for thresholds and whatnots. And now we can do suggest a lineup. And let's see what we get. Again, 5 rares. Very interesting. And how this is picked David Marshall. Is this All-Star Rare Pro? How is this picked David Marshall? That moment's silence is not a glitch. It's genuine confusion. It has to be Vasilj at home to Magdeburg. Right? I'm happy with Gold. We can lock him in. I'm happy with Abada. We can lock him in. But again, double defense, it just makes me feel not right, you know? We should be looking at super rares, I think, as well. We do have some rares available that could hit some big scores, but I still have lots of good supers. I'm looking at Mark Roca. I'm looking at Braze. I'm looking at Larson. I'm looking at Iglesias, Yangel, Herrera. I think I'm playing Yangel Herrera. Scales, right? So Scales is going to go into defense. No two ways about it. Scales is going to be my super rare defender. We're going to play on him. And then the other super rare, I really want to play Braze or Rock. Wow, we've got such really good quality here. Larson still in the mix. Is Larson going to start? He's been a real rotation problem. He's very much due a decisive. We don't have Denmark here yet, do we? No, we don't. And then who was the other one I was really impressed with? We've got Brace, who's on set pieces. And we've got Herrera. So we didn't use either of them. We used McGinn instead, didn't we? And Illich. It feels so weird. I've got so many that I've still got them available because I think between those 3, that's a really difficult choice. Braze away to Las Palmas on set pieces. Roca is going to get lots of AA in that game. I know it. Larson could get decisive. Yanghel's been great. Sevilla have been terrible. Did I play the form? This is a good question, right? The form of Yangel or the The prospect of Bryce. I get it when I'm on the app. I'm not too sure about the web. You know, if you go on to Chrome on your phone, but see the actual. But I've got it now. You maybe need to update. Mine didn't have it for ages. I only noticed it recently. Just bought my first rare. Love it. Sagan Tosu Cam. Let's go. Rubbish rewards and kickoff, but going to give it a bash. The super rare kickoff winner on the channel. This who was it? Mick Flynn. Kickoff can be all right. It can be all right. You know what I mean? So don't write it off until you win it. But yeah, Braze. All away, which is the difficult part of this, you know. But Braze away, what time are we at? Yeah, I've not actually got long left. Braze away or Yang Hill away. I'm probably going to play Form and play Yang Hill. Or do I play Braze and go Barcelona on it? We go Barcelona on it, we go Braze. We know Braze, we know what he's capable of. But Captain Gold, that's a really interesting dilemma. Because, okay, but this is just let's see how it goes. You can tell me what you think's better. And then we've got 240 rare to build. And then suggest a lineup. Now we get Marshall, hopefully. Yeah. Frimmer's cool. Was cool. Russell cool. Not Amundsen, surely. Mari, really? Savage. How do we get fucking Frimpong back in? Right, bin this. Suggest a lineup. Right. Lock. 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 Get rid of you. Nope. Don't want him either. Nope. Nope. Santirod? Yeah, it could work. Who else is there? But Kamada. I think Kamada's the best shout. Triple A. Love that. Finally useful. Love it. Okay, cool. So these are the 5, like... Oh, no. Let's go and build champion. So what does champion super rare look like then? Ooh. Champion super rare. Right, guys, you can tell me what you think's better. That's a good team, by the way, except for Damon, obviously. But yeah, Roca and Herrera, I like that a bit better. I'd probably go Captain Herrera. And then Iglesias. I actually think Bueno's an outside shout to start this, but it'd be a brave man to pick him. Okay, cool. Let's save that. Okay, cool. So, guys, you tell me. I'll put the poll up for now, right? Let's see. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Start a poll, right? Best lineup. Best lineups. Me or Sorare Data? That's the community. Now, before you vote, these are the teams that Sorare we've built with the aid of Sorare Data just now, okay? So this is All-Star Super Rare and 240, as you can see. We then have the All-Star Rare and Champ Euro Rares, as you can see. They're kind of similar enough. It's just the Super Rares are actually a bit different. All-Star Rare Pro, yeah, this is where the differences are. 240, Frimmers is in, and Champion, okay? And the teams I built already, I don't think they're going to be in this nice, concise order because I've got all the common teams and stuff lying around. But, okay, cool. So as you can see in the top line here, the 240, we've got Braze and Yang Hell in midfield. I've went to extra kind of prioritize it, I felt. But Sorare Data went for McGinn and Illich, which are really are both guys that should bang 50. They should just like get the job done. Which, okay, right, fine. That could be something. And then All-Star Rare Pro, I put McGinn in this. Then I put McGinn in there. Along with Scales, but I've got Braze in there now. Braze is probably better than McGinn, so I think that team actually checks out as being an upgrade. I actually think that midfield is probably going to be better in cap mode than Illich and McGinn, to be honest with you. That's what that kind of tells me. And I'd maybe feel better with Illich and McGinn in here where this team feels maybe a bit more appropriate. Okay. 240. Almost identical, but I went for Benkovic. Benkovic has got a cap of like 38 this week, and there's no way like points, like 38 cap. And as you can see in his first 2 games, 49. I think that was away from home, was it? Or how do we see it? No. Yeah. Home, 49 points. I'm not sure they got the clean. I think he might have got the clean sheet, but first game in, 49, that's fine. And then away to Galatasaray and they get beat. It was not that great, but Could do okay, should outperform his score. But yeah, he's definitely more of a score pick rather than who did we get on this one? We got Thrimmers. So yeah, we can put Thrimmers in there. That's definitely a positive change. And yeah, let's do that just now. Used in our lineup. Thrimmers, boom. Was same team, basically. Cool. Happy with that. We put him in under 23s just in case Trubin played, kind of thing. Champion is the same team, basically. I've made the correction that I wanted to. 270s, whatever. 220s, whatever. And champ, I had Oyarzabal filling in. Because that was sketchy even doing that. Illich ended up, I ended up putting Illich in academy in favour. So I thought, that's maybe a bad move, actually. That's maybe a good highlight that we've done there. Okay. Yeah, I actually quite like those moves. So I think I'm going to implement them. So, no. Am I? No, I like this team actually pushing the boat out a bit more and trying to card in this division. So I like the guys that are in there. What was the inefficiency that I thought I would try and catch? Oh, yeah. Illich over Oyarzabal. I do quite like Braze in that it's Illich away to AC Milan. I can't really get that excited about it. I really struggle to put him in a team, and it's Oyarzabal being a sub is the kind of problem that he's got. But if he comes off the bench and gets a decisive, then who cares? He could outscore Illich in a minute. It's kind of how I thought about it when I built the team. But I do think putting Braze in there is an upgrade. No two ways about it. Okay. Right, so guys, who do you think built better teams? Oh, the votes are going, guys. There's only 21 likes, and there's about 100 of these here. Get into the video, hit the like button, support the channel, let us know, and then jump into the comment and let me know what you think. Would you replace Oyarzabal for Illich, and then replace Yanghill with Oyarzabal? So replace Oyarzabal for Illich, okay. And then replace Yanghill for Oyarzabal. I've got Quinny. I'm not that confident on Oyarzabal. That's the thing. There's definitely a combination that's, that looks quite nice actually, but that means Braze goes here, but it means that we're just going for 240. Does it mean this team's better? This team definitely gets better, but it's a bit of a waste, I feel. I don't want this team to be that good. I want Rocket and Yanghill elsewhere. I want Braze elsewhere. And I don't care about McGinn and Illich, is how I kind of thought about it at the time. Oh, sorry. This system doesn't move between tabs as elegantly, guys. I'm really sorry. So, yeah, Rocket, I don't really want him in that team, is what I'm realising. McGinn, I don't care as much about on priority, but I think McGinn will bite me in the bum if I don't care about him. And, yeah, I want those guys in there. So, I think it's Rocket for McGinn I kind of want to do. And the reason for that, right, is if we look at... It's probably better to just do a fresh one, okay? So, if we look at McGinn... I'm a big fan of course, right? It's fantastic. But if we look at his score so far this season, without the goal, what's he going to get? About 40, 50 points. He done that against Hibs in a 5-0 win without a decisive. The scores aren't that great, okay, which is... And he's not... Will he get 90 minutes away from home to Burnley? Maybe. If he's played in 2 90s back-to-back, it's hard to imagine, but maybe he will. So I'm not sure he's his 90-minute likely, which also comes into my thinking. But Roca... If we look at his scores, I think he breaks 60 no matter what the game is now, and it's hopefully, because again, Villarreal away is going to be very similar in terms of what he needs to do to Athletic Bilbao away. And as you can see in his position score, it's actually a very good match anyway. Against Atletico Madrid, 14 points, but when you look at the points here, 1 tackle, 1 interception, no positive duel. So he's missing all the triple action here. So I think he's really solid to bring in a 60-odd. And that's valuable in the cap setting. So maybe I want to put Roca in here. I'm going to put Roca in here over Yanghill. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play the form of Yanghill. That's what I'm going to do. In our lineup. So let's put Rocket in here. This is what I want to do. Rocker. That's a much better. You can get into the high cap end mode. That's what I'm thinking, you know, along with these other guys, which is fine. So that's cool. Let's put Rocket in there. That means we're then going to free up Yanghel for Pro. Come on, man. Don't do me like this, so rare. So yeah, I'm going to drop McGinn for Yanghel. I'm going to play my gut on this one with Scales and Yanghel. That's what I'm doing. I'm backing me and FC Barcelona on this one. And then that means we've got McGinn. And I guess we'll put Illich in here over Aya as well. I guess I'm talking myself into Illich having decent enough AA, I suppose. And then let's put in another team. And then, yeah, Illich over Oyarzabal. Let's just say he's probably going to get a good game AA-wise. But again, it's just looking at Illich's season so far. Again, I think he can be really good, as you can see here. But first game, 40s, well, maybe, I suppose. No tackling stats again in that game, whereas this one, he will need it. So let's take it. Screw it. And then who would be captain? Illich is on sets, but McGinn's probably going to win his game. So let's take Captain McGinn. Excellent. I think that's a nice adjustment. Now, I've got under 23 rare team going in that Frimmers was in, just in case Trubin plays. And it's like, hey, at least we've got a team out. But without Frimmers, I don't think we have anyone. We could play Tavon. Yeah, I could play Tavon. Tavon's fine. Let's put Tavon in. Cool. And then he's out of an academy team we can go and fix. Let's see, who needs a bit of training? Who needs a bit of training? Oh, Razabal. I feel really bad he's not in a team again. I've only just got him. I feel bad about that. But again, I need him. I need to know he's playing, you know. I need to know he's playing. I can't take risks on some of these teams, you know. They're very important to me. I think I'm going to probably put Benko in for training because when cat mode comes in, I'm going to need him to be XP'd up. Cool. Awesome, guys. What are Dina's scores like? Dina's doing pretty good, buddy. Let's go and have a look at Dina. One with the crossing is if it's a possession lost, you lose points on that. You know, 100 against Hibs. Against Everton, for getting booked, 46 isn't bad for a fullback because possession lost minus 12 for 20 crosses, basically. How many number passes? 6, actually, not that many. But good stats from Dina. Very good attacking fullback. Clean sheet bonus accounts for 10 points on this. So kind of mitigates against some of that possession lost, the minus 12 points. That's a very significant score. But yeah, decent enough. He's a punchy fullback. You know, they kind of all score the same. Was feasting last night. Now 1 year with me. Liam King, you're a hero, my man. New car designs are a disaster. Check out End Product Podcast. I went live on the channel earlier today. Me, Tony, and Stish went through it, kind of live react. So you probably better go in there. 72%, we're ending the vote. 72% of yous have voted saying I picked better teams than the AI that is Sorare data. So thank you very much. I'm trying to end the poll here, but it's giving me jip. There we go. End the poll. I think it's maybe done it now. Awesome. Awesome possum. Right, guys, I think that's me. Let's have a wee double check and a wee audit here. Let's double check. So, all Celtic. Champ Euro studs. Love that. 270. Maybe I'll look at that again. Probably not. I think I'm happy with all that. 220. Champ America. So, this is an interesting little strategy one. If Freeze does play, he's got a little team around him that, you know, still a training team, but if Freeze plays, I've still got a wee shot at Champion America. I don't think anyone cares about it. So, I've got a little nice handcuff game on the go there. I'm just looking at these guys in training. Did I want any of them? I think Forrest is a good 220 shout for someone. He's L15, 28, probably come off the bench and, again, bench decisive, capable. 240, I really like that with Frimmers in it now that we've seen him training. And otherwise, yeah, I think Yanghel really makes that team a much better. I feel much better than that in the beginning. This team feels really, yeah, that feels better, the Champ Euro. It feels like they're all, yeah, if it comes in, it'll be well earned from the lot of them. But yeah, guys, I hate to lovies and leavies, but I've got some more stuff to go and record for you. There's plenty of stuff coming out on the channel over the weekend and stuff like that. Wish me luck for my anniversary. Wish me luck for, obviously, the leaderboard and everything else here, there, and in between. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, retweet, and all that good stuff. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.